Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the Cardboard Cooperative. I just defeated Diablo and I completely forgot to stream it over there. So we're gonna be right back. Um, See how it goes with taking on Bale next. We'll probably end up farming in the Highlands for a little while once I get to that point. Save the Barbarian so I can get the tall or room. Ugh. I actually don't even need the Spirit Sword anymore since I've got the Bartek's Cutthroat. What a find. I mean, absolutely beautiful find. But I am going to take a 5-minute break just to stretch, get some water before we start the next portion, the leg of the race. So I'll move over to Hierograth and then I will be right back. What other cleanup do I have to do? Nothing. I think I'm going to go with a Barbarian Mercenary just so I can have a tank, since our current tank has done basically nothing for me. But the Barbarian Mercenary with 2 lifesteal swords should be able to do quite a bit of. Speaking of, unless I can find a lifesteal polearm, I'm not really liking my chances of him being useful. Okay, ad break has started on Twitch. I will be back momentarily. Put this away for now, and I'll be right back, folks. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cardboard Cooperative. Hopefully, everyone's had a good 5-6 minute stretch break. Oh, whoop. I am off next Friday. It's not this Friday. It's a good thing I double checked that. It's next Friday that I'm off, yes. You can have the stream on Monday.
Okay.
I have to be awake at 2 in the morning, Tuesday morning. I'm going to be going in to cook breakfast for the overnight team. So I will be you can have it on Sunday as well. Sunday I do inventory. It's my late night at Sunday too. I'm there until like 10 o'clock.
So I'll be doing 3 days in a row. No, 2 days because you want Tuesday.
You can have Sunday, Monday. Then I'll take Tuesday. We'll take a break Wednesday. You can have Thursday, and then I'll do Friday, Saturday. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe I'll just do an all-day stream on Friday. Or a longer stream on Friday. We'll see. Anyway, discussing streaming schedules and stuff with my wife since we share the stream. I think I'm going to take a second. No. I have too much fire resist. Where am I getting this much fire resist? Where's that ring that I had on earlier? The mana ring. Better. Okay. Let's get going to our new farming spot. Save the barbarians, get a barbarian mercenary that can survive longer than Kasim could. It would be nice to have the prayer aura and him carrying around an insight, but it just wasn't meant to be. I have a good amount of resistances. I would like my lightning resistance to be better. Hopefully I can find some jewelry that can give me what I'm looking for. Okay, I do have to fight here before I continue, just because there's too much. These things are melting fast, jeez. Okay, move on around. What level am I? I'm already 52. It's not bad. I can level here for a little bit against Eldritch and Shank before I go on to save Anya, defeat the Ancients, save the Barbarians, stuff like that. These imps die quick. Should be here now. Yep, right here. Where is he? Got him. Okay, get this waypoint, kill Shank, or kill Eldritch. Easy enough. Save, exit, and let's bump it up to players 3 for this farming session, and then if players 3 goes well, we'll bump it up to players 4. Oh, maybe I should have gone ahead and sold my things that I found. Lightning fire attack speed. I mean, that helps our poor mercenaries stay alive, unfortunately. What is hitting me for so much? Where is he? Come on. Let's clean up our inventory. That wasn't too bad on players 3, so we'll pump it up to players 4 next, 5. See if I can find something interesting off of Barzak. Should make a habit of doing this, because I might end up finding a good belt while I'm doing this without having to run back in and out of town so much. Oh, I didn't bump it up to players 5. How long do I really want to stay here for is the question. I feel like I'm already kind of over leveled, but I can't just sprint through the next portion of the game. Since I don't have a teleport staff, 2, I can't die. I don't want to die, rather. I'm so close to Conqueror, I can taste it. Ow. Players 5 might be a little too tanky for my taste. We'll do players 3. It's not dangerous by any means, but it is... They do have quite a bit more HP. And I'm not exactly the most powerful character in the planet. We'll stick to players 3. Oh, darn it. I got excited. I thought it was a teleport staff. It's like, yay, teleport staff. I don't have to go around walking to my each destination anymore. And then it wasn't a teleport staff. It was something stupid. Ugh, yuck. It's fine. Oh, is that a halberd that steals life on hit? Alright, we'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try Kasim one more time. Go revive him. Give him this halberd that gives him some life steal. To the mana steal. Oh no. Requires too much strength. He needs another level or two. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Fine. Useless. It's fine. He can tank for me while we're here. Man, this guy sure does like to be lightning enchanted. Of all the things that he could be spawning in with, why did it have to be lightning enchanted like 3 times in a row? Not that it matters, but come on. It's annoying. Oh, these guys are lightning immune too in hell difficulty. I'm gonna fail this challenge by accidentally putting in vitality, I swear it. It'll be nice if I can find a treachery. If I can find the runes to make a treachery. Hello, Wade. How are you doing today, sir? How's it been? As you can see, we are continuing on with our hardcore challenge through Diablo. Just got through Act 4. Gonna be farming up in Act 5 for a little bit before I continue on with my life. And then making plans for next week as well, as far as what we're gonna be doing. Oh wow, that's why they died so fast. A cursed hedgehog. You can hit me, doesn't mean I can hit you. Hit him. Kill him. Coil fiends, man. Some of the most terrifying enemies in the game for no reason. But yes, oh, since you're here, I don't know if you got to see earlier. I double checked the sushi grade they wanted to send to you, but notice you don't have a Discord. You can check the Google AI though. Oh, I'll have to put the Discord on my socials. But I ordered and got in some chef's coats that I can wear on stream with my name embroidered on them. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how well you can tell on camera at the moment since my camera's pretty small. Let's go ahead and magnify myself for a second here. You guys can look at my beautiful face a little bit closer. Boom, Chef Magna. How's that? Looks great, right? I like it personally. I think this looks really cool. I don't want to be taking up so much real estate on the screen. You guys need to actually be able to see the action. All right, we'll go ahead and put it right there. But yes, Chef Magna right here. Nice red and black coat, short sleeved. You know, suns out, guns out. It's nice because it means I won't be sweating bullets while my heat is on. Fire, cold resist, energy. Doesn't do much else. It said something like they basically do a pinky promise industry-wise. Double check. You know, I will take a pinky promise. Pinky promises are great. That's how all of the old school OGs are able to maintain their integrity, right? No one's got their fingers crossed behind their back. Couldn't be us. All right. Well, I do appreciate the insight on that. I'll double check it at some point, and I'll remember to add a Discord link to my for my community to be a part of. Man, I don't need a weapon. Cassine needs a weapon. Cassine is useless though. Oh really? Okay. I mean, I guess no parasite could survive being frozen for 7 full days, so that makes sense to me. Again, you learn something new every day, so there you go. The food industry being filled with lies and not telling us exactly what it is that we're purchasing. That's such a strange thing. Oh my gosh, ranged enemies are so scary. I'm starting to think maybe I should do... Oh, he's cursed too. Awesome. That's great. This is actually quite a dangerous farm. I'm running into so many cursed enemies, it's not even funny. Amp damage is very scary. Ooh, this is Angelics. Be Angelics. Sucky. Actually, it might not be... Do I have resistances on these rings? The fire resist, but it's not exactly the most useful resistance to me right now. So if I just put on the Angelic Halo and the Chthon Seal, I'll have some life steal and a bit of extra health. You'd be surprised what can survive being frozen. Then you let it thaw in the fridge, pat it dry, cure it with salt, wash it off, dry again, and you're good to go. Not many things, but we do science on it. I like the chef's goal. Cool idea. It definitely fits my streamer name, I think. So it was quite the aha. I want to get a green screen at some point and just have myself in a kitchen that's on fire. Just because I can. Be funny to just have in the background. You need a chef hat for 10 minutes on channel points. I am planning on buying one of the chef's hats at some point. They're only like $10. I'll put it in the idea box. But I was planning on buying a chef's hat and just having it on stream the entire time as well. But I want to get a green screen so I can make some effects in the background for my kitchen being on fire while I'm busy slaying the forces of hell or something. While I'm playing my video games, my kitchen is falling apart without me. Was a little bit of a funny idea I had earlier this week. Who's dropping meteors? Is that me? Am I able to drop meteors on people? What is going on? Why are there meteors dropping? Saigons are... a 20 life belt. Oh, that would have been so useful 20 levels ago. 40 levels ago. Ooh. Life and cold resist helm. Okay, some good finds there. Let's put them away for now. It's gonna be annoying after some time. Channel points are the best in the long run. I do need to come up with ways to have my followers redeem their channel points. The people who are in chat be able to redeem channel points. It would be nice if I could come up with some more unique ideas. What a sword. Mana stolen per hit. I wonder if I'm able to use a crossbow. I never thought about that before. No need for green screen though. Just use a GIF in the video. What's it called to cut out the background? Is there a virtual camera thing that I could use?
Hey, Jim.
I said GIF.
Yeah.
GIF. 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 Giphy. Graphics integrated. Something something. Did I say it wrong? The video broadcasts. I'll look that up after stream today. So maybe I'll have a channel point redemption to walk away and attend to the kitchen for a minute. Put the fire out. Maybe have a fake fire extinguisher or something. So, GIF. GIF is working behind the gas station selling drugs. Be there in a GIF. Yeah, I've always pronounced GIF. It's graphics. G. G. Oh, did I? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just talking. There are words that are coming out of my mouth at rapid fire. I don't consider what they mean anymore. I'm a little bit busy trying not to die, and I'm having a conversation with Wade, and you know, sometimes words just come out of my mouth. GIF. I think that's one of those conversations that's definitely been around for a longer time than it needed to be. The weird internet war thing. People really do like the way that they say GIF or GIF. It's like toilet paper. Which way do you put the toilet paper? Okay, so at work we have automated paper towel dispensers, and on the paper towel dispensers there is a diagram on the back when you have to refill the roll. Has a diagram in it, and the diagram shows that the paper is supposed to come from behind it, so that when you pull it, like, you're supposed to roll it backwards, I guess, and pull it from underneath. There's still people who roll it forwards with the pullable part like rolling above the paper, and it's really frustrating to me because it prevents it from being able to roll properly when you're trying to dispense paper towels, and then you have to change it because it's automated and it's meant to be set up in a certain way, but for some reason people are really hardcore into making sure that the roll is facing forward, and I don't understand it because the diagram is right there. You can see it right on the back panel of, hey, here's how you're supposed to put it in. It's a hill people die on. It's weird. It's weird to me. There is a proper way to do it. I mean, I suppose if you're just rolling up toilet paper for manual use, sure, that's fine if it's one way or the other, whatever you prefer, but there's a specific way that these paper towels are supposed to be put into our dispensers, and people are not doing it right, and it drives me nuts because I've got to fix it for them. I slept a lot of days, so now I'm up at 4 in the morning again. I learned it at an IT job. It's GIF. I trust you on soup being soup, not swap. It's facing forward or it's wrong. If it's facing the wall, it's getting dirty from the... the diagram shows it facing towards the wall. I can't help that. It needs to do that in order for it to be able to dispense properly. That's not a me thing. That is our technology that we have created. You can take it up with the patent office on that one, on the US Patent Office. That is not a call I got to make, and it's not the brand that I chose. All right, I need to add the diagram. It's not. It literally will not dispense if it's facing the other way. I don't know what else to tell you. It literally cannot be dispensed the other way. It gets stuck in its own contraption. That's just how it was built. You can go tell the people who created it they were wrong. I do not know those people personally. Besides, it's encased inside of a housing unit. It doesn't get dirty inside the housing unit. As long as the housing unit itself is not filthy. Maybe my dispensers are backwards. I don't think that's the case. I do appreciate the input though, but again, I'm not the one who created these things. I don't know anything about it. Do I have a Charcy imbue? Maybe I imbue this circlet so I can have a better helmet. More dexterity. More hit rate. Charcy, I need to talk to you. I do have a Charcy imbue. Do I want to imbue this circlet? Rare circlet? Nah. It's too greedy. It's not a company. I don't even remember what the name. I'm pretty sure it's Johnson & Johnson that we buy from. They might be built on lies. I don't know. I don't know these things for sure. All right. Here's one for you. How do you feel about pineapple on anything savory? You know, we've seen pineapple on hamburgers, pineapple on pizza, pineapple dips. How are your feelings on whether or not pineapple should be anywhere near meat? As far as the, you know, breads and stuff like that, sandwiches, anything like that. What do you mean it's just behind the building's garage? Of course it's a company. What are you talking about? Does he also put pineapple on his pizzas? I like pineapple on pizza personally. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. I like pineapple pizzas. Hawaiian pizzas are great. Don't put it in my meat, makes it itchy. You mean how it fights back? How it's literally trying to dissolve you? Is that what you mean by it makes it itchy? Hold on, let me focus on killing this and then I'll read the message. Are you allergic to pineapple? Yes, it was a joke about my oh. In Germany we have a toast Hawaii. It's white bread, ham, bananas, and cheese. That sounds delicious. Banana and ham. That sounds delicious. I would love to try that. Is it any good? Do you like it? That's weird. I wonder if it's because the enzymes in it break down when it becomes canned. Not but. Oh, I thought that was a typo. What are ananas? Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Right.
Well, it's just like starfish. Starfish aren't actually fish. Silverfish, those aren't fish. Most of the things that Americans call berries aren't actually berries. But bananas are berries. Ananas. I apologize that apparently I'm pronouncing literally everything wrong. I'm being taught pronunciation. I apologize for that. Uh-oh, this is a bad situation. Alright, we're fine. We're good. Give me a second. So let's see. I'm planning to stream for about 30 more minutes. I guess I'll be stuck farming because I don't think I want to try to sprint towards the ancients in the next 30 minutes. Since it would be a bad idea for me to try to take on the ancients underprepared anyway. Potions, potions, potions. So I don't have to buy them from Mala. Also, Hawaii doesn't have bananas. They have pineapples. Pizza Hawaii is ham and pineapple too, is it? Yes. Yes, that is correct. Ananas. I'm going to confuse all my coworkers tomorrow. I'm gonna go in and start calling eggplants aubergines, and they won't know what I'm talking about. It took me forever to figure out what an aubergine was. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. It's poor man's luxury in war-ridden Germany. Really? I had no idea about that. I know that pineapples used to be a symbol of, I guess they are still a symbol of hospitality in the greater world since they were sent out as gifts. So, I don't know why, but that also reminded me of the show Psych. I love Psych. The little gags of them hiding pineapples in every episode. Great show. Too bad it was one of those shows that lasted maybe a little bit longer than it should have. But hiding pineapples in every single episode was a fun little gag just to keep you paying attention and wanting to rewatch just to see where it was. Some of the more obvious episodes just front and centering the pineapples and some of them being hidden away somewhere within like a pin or a note or something. I should watch Psych again. I love Psych. My wife hates it. She really doesn't like Sean. But I think he's hilarious myself, personally. He is just such a fun character. And the premise itself is pretty funny, honestly. It's weird because she likes detective shows and other media where she gets to try and solve the mystery, but she just hates Sean so much. And when he's the main character, that's kind of a problem when she doesn't like him. But it's why she does not love the original Star Trek, because Captain Kirk is a womanizer and awful as a human being a lot of the times, apparently. So, but I'm not a big Star Trek fan myself, so I don't know much about it. Sorry, I'm talking as if you actually know what I'm talking about, but the main character's name is Sean, yes. Malcolm in the Middle. More Malcolm in the Middle. Doesn't sound like a good time. 30 magic resist. Not amazing. He has his special powers that he has photographic memory. So even when he misses little details, he can remember them on the spot and pretend that they're things that only he's seen. Have you seen Psych? Oh my gosh. Stop being lightning enchanted, you jerk. Please. It makes it really hard to kill you with my lightning damage when you're hyper resistant to lightning. Seriously, this guy has spawned lightning enchanted like 7 times in this farm, and it's driving me nuts. He dies easy enough, but that's beyond the point. It has been a long time since Psych. That is true. I do love the show though. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and I should go back to watch it sometime, even if Tara hates it. We started watching an anime called Demons of the Shadow Realm today. That was a trip. Man, what a show that was. It's only got 3 episodes out right now, but it's fantastic. It's from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. And my goodness, the first episode was a ride. So many ups and downs. Oh no. Hold on, I gotta stop talking for a second. I gotta focus before I die to these stupid hulks. Jeez, man. Hold on. 1 second. Why is everything here such a threat all of a sudden? It's like I got the worst roll possible. Everything's lightning resistant. Give me 1 second to not die here. I almost got my face smashed in by these giant freaking trees. Where is this guy? Has he died yet? Did I kill him? This battlefield's a mess. I might have... Okay. He has a conviction or two. That's just awesome. We love that for us. Seriously, they're so tanky. They're resistant to lightning damage. They do a ton of physical damage. It's just the worst possible thing for me to be running into. That's right. Stand in the line. Oh my gosh. Alright, nope. Nope. We're out. We're out. Everything about that situation turned wrong very quickly there. Everything went wrong. Everything went wrong so fast. We're out though. We made it out. Save and quit. Save and quit. No shame. Dude. Imagine you have to act a role where you act as a bad actor that is overreacting. Oh, sounds good. Hard to tell why it's so good without spoilers though. There's like at least 3 plot twists in just the first episode. Is it really new? So it just came out, I believe, 3 weeks ago at the beginning of this month, I believe. It has 3 episodes that have been releasing on Saturdays, so I'm pretty sure it is as brand new as it can get without literally having released today. I get that was a really scary situation for a second. It's fine. Alright, if things could stop spawning that are highly lightning resistant, I would really greatly appreciate that. You guys can just die in this spire of lightning. See, it's so much easier when you're not lightning immune. So much easier. We can do this the easy way or the way that almost gets me killed, and I would rather do it the easy way than the way that almost gets me killed. Alright, do I not have the hulks down here again, please? Thank you. This makes me want to play a Lightning Fury Javazon, but I know that's a terrible idea. I don't think I could do this. Well, I might be able to do this with a Lightning Javazon if I just do Poison, Javelin, and Charge Strike instead. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not even dead on this character yet. Why am I worried about another character? Okay. I just checked Crunchyroll. They only have 3 episodes. I don't mind spoilers. I have bad memory. It tends to happen when you're up at 4 in the morning every day. No offense. Okay, well, I mean, if Tara wants to go ahead and describe the story to you, or I can go ahead and do it. Like, that one time I wanted someone to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and talk to them for like an hour until they were like, okay, stop now, and I don't have to watch the first season. It was like, I'm halfway through the first episode. Oh no, Wade. Wade, are you okay, sir? I feel like memory problems like that are not great. Alright. Fire enchanted. See, I can deal with the fire enchanted. I can kill fire enchanted. That's easy. JoJo's has more story per episode than other animes per season, but other people who might watch this later might not want spoilers. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody a 3-minute warning here. I'm gonna start discussing the show a little bit with spoilers, and anyone who wants to know what happens fresh without any spoilers can jump ahead 5 minutes in the VOD, and we'll see you after, if you are watching the VOD for some reason. So, oh, let me not die here. Or I mean, I guess we could just put in the chat, and then, because the chat messages disappear much faster than the recording would. So I'll type it out. What? Attack him, you Dirk. Mana, rejuvenation potions, rejuves healing potions. Alright. I don't know why I did that. Don't know why I bothered. It's fine, we'll clean up inventory now. These are really terrible items. Whoa, okay. Dear other people, watch this later. Put your fingers in your ears and say la 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 until the dude bottom left stands up and does a whole twirl to make sure it's... Automata is my true arch enemy. Wait, did something get automated?
Yeah.
Did you make sure you are a mod, right? You're able to... Okay. Okay. I was busy not dying. Okay, story time. So, first episode of Shadows or Demons of the Shadow Realm. Main character Yuru is a mountain boy who has been living on this secluded mountain village for his whole life, and he has a twin sister named Asa who is enshrined as a kind of maiden to the town, and only certain people are allowed to see her. In the very first episode, the veil is broken, and it turns out that he is living in this magical world with these things called demons, and a paramilitary force shows up to his village and starts murdering everybody. And it turns out that only his village has been secluded from technology for the last however many years, hiding his existence as well as his twin sisters, because they possess some power that will, as they say in the show, divide night and day. So first plot twist is revealed that this is a modern world that has a secluded mountain village with modern weaponry and like helicopters, jet planes, stuff like that. And it is not going to be some shonen battle fantasy anime with old-timey bow and arrow, sword and shield stuff, but it's like guns and military weaponry. So that's the first twist. Second twist is his sister's not actually his sister. It turns out that his sister was absconded from this village by his parents. His actual blood-related sister was absconded from the village by his parents when they were younger. And the girl who is enshrined in the temple thing, and only a few people are allowed to see her, is actually one of the demons, which is a spirit that hasn't really been explained what they are yet. They've been explained as like the paranormal yokai, ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call them. They are paranormal deities, gods that have superpowers basically. And the main character has the ability to control two of them called left and right. So that's the second plot twist, is that the girl who was enshrined was actually one of these demons. So that's why people couldn't see her, is because regular human beings are not allowed or not capable of seeing demons. So if anyone normal ever went to go see where Asa was, she wouldn't be there because they can't see her unless they're able to wield a demon themselves. So that's the second plot twist. Third plot twist is the person who is attacking the village and murdering everybody is actually the real Asa, who was absconded with by her parents, and now she's out for revenge for some reason because the village is evil. So there's like four 4 different factions vying for Yuru, trying to get him to be on their side. And just this is just the first episode alone. Like, we watched the first episode, there were like 4 different plot twists. It was wild, man. All right, since Wade said I have to stand up and twirl to give spoiler-free stuff, we're about to do that. So let's stand up. Let's go ahead and end the spoilers there. But that was just episode 1, so I'm not actually sure how many spoilers are in episode 1. But if you want to watch the full thing completely unspoiled, this is your end of the spoiler territory. I've been spin around a few times. Ta-da! So that is the end of spoilers for Demons of the Shadow Realm. And we're kind of hoping that it doesn't drop the ball, because we recently also watched through to completion an anime called Yoro Shindai Samurai Troopers, which was a throwback to an anime from the 90s that unfortunately dropped the ball pretty gosh darn hard, and I hated the way that it ended, and the pacing and the characters and the story. It was just not a good anime overall, and I miss all of the chat stuff because I was focusing on telling the story. So yeah, if you want to watch it, there are 3 episodes out, as you stated earlier, and it is definitely a worthwhile watch. And there is one scene in the 3rd episode, I believe, that has more visual fidelity and frames in it than some animes get in their entire season. So enjoy that. Anyway, wow, I'm kind of out of breath now. I was going really fast with that. Give me a second. I've got to catch my breath. Let me focus on not dying here to cold enchanted rectifier. Oh no. Oh, I'm so slow. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a wild time, and I hadn't seen any promotional stuff about it. My wife told me that she had not seen anything about those particular story beats in them in any of the promotional material, which is brilliant. I hate it when a story gives away their big twist. One of the biggest failures of the Batman versus Superman movie was the fact that they revealed that Doomsday was going to be in it, which is just stupid. Absolute ball drop there. Plus-sized elf. What is that about? I'd love to know. It's Gunnar fat team bait to get him interested in. Maybe I'll watch it while my wife's not around then. She's not a huge fan of the ultra fan servicey stuff. It's like one of those anime where the meme is like 98% of the time when you're watching anime, the 2% of the time when your parents walk in. Sounds like that. It's about an elf that eats too many fries and is fat. Is that the whole premise? Is just literally the title? Is it like a comedy anime? Is that the main hook of it? Is it supposed to be funny? You can describe why to wait if you would like, honey. That's on you. That's a you thing. Weapons. No weapons. Belts? No belts. Not willing to give up all of this life. It's basically do sports along with... It's comedy and educational. It's basically do sports along with it. Okay. I mean, if it's educational, I'm sure it can't be terrible. I'll have to check it out sometime and let Tara know whether or not it's awful or if it's something that you probably wouldn't want to watch. And it has like 10 seconds of nudity to get fat nerds. Gotta love the naked anime women. Am I right, fellas? Yeah, that's a strange one to me. I've never understood being overly attracted to. I mean, I guess as a horny teenager, right? Anything goes. I should probably stop talking before I end up getting canceled. I don't have a what's it called, context on this. This is, if I was a more popular YouTuber or streamer or content creator, I would definitely get, this would definitely be taken out of context. This would be getting clipped out of context. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm trying to keep reading chat and stuff. I figured this would be a relatively easy farm, but enemies keep spawning with like cursed and might and resistances to my damage types. And why is everything hating on me today? Oh, Griffin's headdress. That's could be interesting. You guys can just die and not give me so many issues so I can actually talk to my chat. That would be... Wait, where do you teleport? This jerk needs to stop freaking teleporting. Thank you. Good gracious. Bad. Okay, where am I? It's basically do sports and indeed, bro, you were one. You can talk about that. That's fair. I don't remember much about my teenage years, if I'm going to be entirely honest. I have blanked out a lot of the stuff that happened to me in high school and middle school, just because my brain had to deal with a lot of traumatic events and I can't remember 90% of what happened to me while I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. So I used to work at this with this company called Sodexo that is a contractor for the government, and I used to be in a government kitchen. And one day we were hanging out with my side of the family for my dad's birthday party, and I ran into my cousin. I was like, hey, I feel like I haven't seen you in a really long time. And he goes, dude, I just saw you last year for your dad's birthday party. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, we saw each other last year. We were just hanging out last year for your dad's birthday party this time last year. I said, no, we weren't. You're lying to me. When he turns to me, he goes, babe, you've introduced me to him before. My job at Sodexo was so monotonous, annoying, and samey 5 days a week that I apparently just erased 2 years of my life that I was working with them because I could not remember a good portion of stuff that happened while I was working at that company. With that company, because it was literally the same job day in and day out, getting up at 4 in the morning to be there at 5 in the morning to make an hour-long commute, and then having to drive back through some of the worst traffic I've ever had to deal with. Monday through Friday, 5 to 2 o'clock or something like that, doing the exact same job over and over and over and over and over again. I did not realize that my brain could filter out so much of my life in that time period. And then some pretty personally traumatic experiences happened to me while I was working there as well. So I guess my brain just decided that those 2 years didn't exist because I could not remember them for the life of me. So that was that's fun. That a good portion of my life was deleted from my brain. I do remember having D&D campaigns during that portion of time and having a really great time with those. Can we please stop spawning curse and lightning immune and just... I'm not having a good time farming this. Maybe I should just move on with my life. I'm going to be ending the stream here in about 10 minutes because I do have to wake up again tomorrow. But yeah, I didn't realize so much of my life could just be removed from my brain. Don't worry about the no life internet poison Twitter dumb yapping about you because they don't care about understanding you. It's going to happen someday if you do things right. So no need to... I am running around like an idiot and getting myself shot up. Hold on. Let me pause this. Toxic is a word that people made up to use less creative insults about people or places. You worked for the MIB and they daily zapped your brain. Maybe. I don't know. Could have been. The way that I describe the toxic work environment is the fact that the kitchen was unionized, and every single day, management and the unionized workers got into it about who was supposed to be doing what. Because in our job descriptions, it did not specifically say that we were supposed to be a soup cook, or not supposed to be the salad person, or not supposed to be the person who fries the entire day. It was very specific. It was very vague in our terms, apparently, that we helped out in the kitchen, that we worked in the kitchen, which could entail needing to do salads one day or fries the next. But the people that were at that job were so deep in the trenches of their own specific job that they refused to want to do anything else except the specific task that they were handed. So if some person was the fry cook, all they had to do for the entire day was make fries. If someone was the soup cook, they would make the soup in the morning, and that would be all they did. Even if it only took them 2 hours, they would get to sit on their butts for the last 6 because they were unionized, and managers couldn't tell the union people what to do because the manager should be making sure that they're doing all of the work and the union people are just doing what they're described to do. So there was a very bad situation because I was not a manager, but I wasn't one of those guys that was like, I'm not going to say no if I have the time to do something. Like I'm here to help and get the work done. I'm not here to make people suffer just because I don't want to do any work. So every single day it was some sort of argument. No, I can't do this because I'm not the fry cook. No, I can't do this because I'm not the soup cook. No, I can't do this because I don't work with salads. Even if it was just something really simple and easy, like, can you please put something out? It would be a hard no. So that kind of mentality in the kitchen started to really make it difficult for me to do my work. And the fact that I was stressing out so much with helping our chefs out and stuff was, it wasn't a good situation for me. Well, that's why I left, is because there were arguments literally every single day about what was supposed to be who, what, where, when, why. So I decided that I didn't want anything left to do with it. So I left. Yeah, that they were that kind of union, unfortunately. So instead of getting our work done, the unions got into arguments with the managers, and the managers got into arguments with the union, and nothing ever got done. And at some point I just couldn't take it anymore, and I was dealing with a lot of really bad personal life situations at that point as well. So I had to choose my battles, and then the battle that I chose was to leave before I poisoned my body with anything worse. I was throwing up basically every day, and my wife told me my physical health was going down the drain as well as my mental health due to the other circumstances that were surrounding our lives. So I decided that my personal health was more worth the pay that I was making at that job, and I left. But I do describe it as a toxic work environment because of the arguments that were breaking out literally every day. But it's really hard because I have been in the career, like the kitchen career, for forever, and I just know that when your hands are needed, your hands are needed. So, but everyone was required to be in the union if they were not a manager. So I was one of those people that was apparently causing problems for them because I was willing to help out our management team with, hey, this person called out, or hey, you're done with your work for the day, can you go help out with something else? So the union was getting mad at me for not following the union rules, but I also didn't want to be the person that was like, no, I'm not working anything ever again. I'm done with my work for the day. I'm going home. Right? So it wasn't a great situation. Is someone crying? Oh, okay. Used to be a manager consultant. Then I would make the union lawyers cry. So used to people being unable to get. Yeah, yeah. It was not a good situation. So I left for my own personal mental health and physical health. But I think there. Okay, there was the moment. I think the moment that really got to me mentally at that location was my wife and I were expecting at the time. We were going to have a baby, and one of the union union stewards told me that I need to make sure that I'm thinking about the kid and I can't just leave because the situation is bad. I really hate it when people attempt to weaponize a personal thing about me for their benefit, because they wanted me to stay to work at that location because I was a good worker and I got a lot of stuff done. Even though they didn't like the fact that I didn't say no to management, they liked having me around because I made it easier for everyone else in the union to enjoy their cushy, not so stressful jobs. So the moment that they were like, yeah, go ahead and stay because you have to think about your future and your children and blah blah blah, it's your first child, I was like, nope, I don't like that. I don't like that you're trying to weaponize my future child against me. So that was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just, it really gets to me when stuff like that happens. Well, I gave them my my 2 weeks notice after that day, and I never looked back. So I'm happier for it, and I'm in a company that I do actually genuinely enjoy working for. And while things don't always go well, that's just the way that work is. You know, things are not always going to be perfect. But yeah. Oh, hello. What? That's quite the name. How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for the follow. um, Hi there. How are you doing today? That's quite the name you've got there. I've seen my fair share of names. I've seen my fair share of names. I don't I don't have any followers, I think, that have quite as unique naming. Just call me Stuffing if you prefer. Or hi Stuffing. How's it going today, sir? Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. I don't know what portion of the conversation you were just in. If you were here to discover my deep dark backstory of losing basically 2 years of my memory while I'm farming Eldritch and Shank here. Mr. Stuffing's account is fairly new. Ooh, alright. Well, welcome to the channel, welcome to Twitch. But yeah, I didn't expect to have a new follower follow me while I was divulging into some of my my backstory there. A little bit of a lore dump that was happening from a previous workplace. If you're new to the channel, my name is Magna. This is the Cardboard Cooperative. I do share the stream with my wife. She is... Oh, gosh. Let me finish not dying here first. What is hitting... These stupid bats? This stupid bat is hitting me? Hold on. Spectral hit on the bat. Yeah, that's what's getting me. There we go. Okay. Hold on. I dropped down to almost 100 life. That was kind of scary. But this is the Cardboard Cooperative. It is named after a podcast that my wife and I started to review video game or board games a few years ago before we had our children. and the name just kind of stuck because it always rolled off the tongue. But my wife and I do share the stream. She streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm here Friday through Mondays. So welcome to the channel. I'm the wife. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Honestly, the good times will eventually come back once you work through the trauma. It takes a few years. I do have quite a few good memories here, and I have a lot of good memories of being a DM while I was there. One of the biggest perks about being there was that we weren't allowed to have cell phones in the premise because it was a government facility and they didn't want to have the potential for anyone to be able to hack into somebody's cell phone, blah, blah, blah. Never know what it brings in, right? So they forbade cell phones in the facility, so I kept a pen and paper with me, and I was able to spend my lunch breaks doing DM session, D&D session prep, so that I could be a good DM, which became less and less prevalent after I left, because I didn't have time during my day to be able to prep as much as I would have liked. It did take me about 2 months to be able to find a new job, which is the one that I've been working at for the last 6 years. And my memories of this location are much more vivid and less traumatic overall. There have definitely been times where it has not been the best, but at least I have my memories of the last 6 years intact. So, I do mostly sandbox survival base buildings and cozy farming sims. I can't sleep. Can we all act? No. What? What do you mean by act normal? I don't think there's ever been a normal person who's walked through the chat before. Oh my gosh. But yes, I'm currently in the middle of a no vitality hardcore run. This is the end of Nightmare. I'm just going to farm for a little bit before I attempt to take the Ancients and bail on. My next big hurdle is the Skeletons, apparently, as they are slowing me down with every single one of their fire shots. Uh-oh. I think someone's ready to go back to bed. I think I'm actually about to head off of the stream here in a little bit. My younger one is still awake, but we need to go remedy that. And I do have to wake up pretty early in the morning, so I will be back in a few days, because today is Monday, so I'll be back on Friday to continue this challenge. I think this is a good stopping point, though. I'm gonna get y'all play D4. We have to, and I will be playing D4 next Tuesday. My schedule is a little bit weird next week due to some stuff going on at work, but I will be taking over the stream on Tuesday to stream some D4. Oh, all right, wait. I'm sorry, I was just kind of talking off the top there. I don't need to apologize. I appreciate the advice. It is D2R. This is D2R, but I will be playing D2 or D blah blah D4 next week, next Tuesday, when the new season and DLC drops. I haven't played it in a long time, so it's gonna be. We did go back to finish the Vessel of Hatred DLC storyline, just so we know what's going on for the next bit of content, story content that's happening in Lord of Hatred. But I have not actually committed much time to playing D4 since then. Just enough to be able to understand what's going on with the story, basically. They're completely revamping the way that the skills are working. They're adding this new endgame content called... Well, I guess... From what I understand, it's not actually new content. It's just a reworking of the content at the end game called War Plans, where you make a playlist to be able to do content, 5 pieces of content in a row. There's going to be a new area. The Warlock class is being added. The skill trees are being completely reworked. They're adding sets into the game called Talismans. The Herodric Cube is being reintroduced for crafting. And I don't know what other changes might have happened in the last 3-ish years since I played D4. So there's going to be a good amount of content that's being added, and I'm quite excited for it. We'll see how long that excitement lasts, though. If they still don't have a cow level, they can go back to the kitchen with D4. They added fishing. Fishing's been added. Fishing in Diablo has been added before we got GTA 6. How wild is that? Yes, the Warlock class. I've been playing that. I did a challenge with that where the Warlock class is so overpowered I was able to complete the game using one hand. I've already... Okay, I think that's the end of my stream for the night because I can't remember now whether or not I did the content there. So I'm going to gain this level real fast and then we're going to call it an end of the night on the stream because my brain just like completely shut off there for a second as to whether or not I'd farm Eldritch and Shank. That's when you know you've got to stop. Is whether you can even remember if you've done the farm yet. Oh my gosh, stop cursing me. At least he's not lightning enchanted again. I will be glad about that. Okay. Curse still bad. Curse still very bad. Curse still very dangerous. But yeah, we fell off of D4 pretty fast after the first season. The initial excitement of, ooh, brand new shiny toy to play with wore off after that first season. And we realized it was a little too monotonous for our liking. And then it came back when they released the tempering system. Played for about a month. And then I haven't touched it since then, so I don't know what other changes have been made besides the DLC stuff. Oh, okay. We're almost there. I want this level before I get off the stream. But my goodness, I don't know why this is so dangerous for this character. Maybe it's because I'm not paying attention to the game and I'm trying to chat at the same time. Fishing in a demon slaying simulator. Yep. Can't wait for the Hello Kitty cosmetics. That's fair. They definitely... I don't know what's up with the fishing stuff. I don't know if it's just for the funny memes or whatever, but we got fishing in a Diablo game before we got GTA 6, which is just wild to me. I mean, I know that there's fishing in... Is it Torchlight? That had fishing in it in town where you could feed fish to your pets and they get different bonuses depending on what fish. I believe they did that in Torchlight 1 and Torchlight, maybe Torchlight 2. But you know, Torchlight's a Diablo clone, so... Yeah, it's definitely a strange thing to see. 5. If anyone told me that Diablo would be adding fishing in 2026 as a bingo card, I would call them insane. It's absolutely mental that we're getting fishing. I don't even know if there's a point to it besides just having a side activity that's not slaying demons. Yay, level up. Okay, put these stat points in. We'll go ahead and call it an evening. We'll do... Since I have been so distracted on playing the game, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we'll go find someone to raid and share the love with. Why did I clip that? No, raid channel. Who has only just recently come online? Maybe we'll go ahead and drop them off. Drop off to them. I'm seeing a chat message. Bit less serious, bit more comic-y, few more features, but basically the same. I did like Torchlight while it was relevant, and then Torchlight 3 came out and kind of dropped the whole ball, and now Torchlight Infinite's a thing, so that's great. All right. Well, I'm heading off for the evening, so I will see you folks later. Thank you so much for stopping by again. I will be back Friday. Tara will be on tomorrow with The Long Dark, and we'll see you in the future. Have a good night, folks.